Hello and welcome to the fourth game of this season's school championship. Today we have another almighty clash, this time between Clifton College and Millfield School. Millfield notorious in this competition. They've won this pool for the last 3 years on the bounce, and Clifton had a tough start to the season, going down to a heavy defeat up the road at Sedbergh to kick off the school's championship. Looking to come back at this one at home this time, but Millfield are themselves off the back of a brilliant win last weekend over Hamilton, winning the game at the very death in the last play of it. It was a tough day at the office. The conditions were not favourable for either team. The wind was blowing a hoolie, but they managed to run the ball in hand and find their way over the whitewash, and I'm sure they'll be looking to bring that same mentality to this game today. My name's Ollie Johnson. I am your host and commentator for this game today. It's going to be a good one. Coming up straight away, I'm going to talk you through the team sheets. Starting off with the home side. In the front row, it's Joe Chambers, Ted Smith Manil, and Evan Davies. Up behind them in the second row, Jaden Sullivan partners Nathan Elliott. And finishing off in the back row, Hugo Grange is at 6, Theo Porrell is at 7, and Max Jones finishes off at number 8. Some big representation there across the academy leagues. A fair few Bears, Bristol Bears players, as well as some international honours from Hong Kong and England. We'll dial through those in a bit more detail as we get through this one, but we'll go straight into the back line. It's Nico Valabona who steered the ship in defeat to Sedbergh, but kicked well from the boot on a tough day for Clifton College away from home, and he is partnered again by Lewis Popple. Into midfield, Harry Giles is alongside Zach Candovalam Lovell. And finishing off the back three, on the left-hand side is Miles Pierce Lynch, and the right is Jock Calder. Finishing off with, in my opinion, today's danger man for Clifton, it's Glenn Gamble. He's got 3 international caps for Scotland at under-18s level. He was man of the match in that defeat to Sedbergh, but I'm sure he'll be chomping at the bit at this one to really try and take his team to their first win of the school's championship season. Coming off the bench for Clifton, it will be Will Thomas. He'll be covering the front row. He's previously at senior academy level for Cardiff. Accompanying him on the bench, Jacopo Gorozlovsk, also covering front row, as well as Will Jeffcott, Maxon Holland, and Jack Baker. As we can see the lads there finishing their warm-ups, keen to get this one underway as soon as possible. Conditions don't look awful for a day of rugby. One might describe them as perfect rugby conditions. Bit wet on the foot, bit of breeze in the air, but otherwise not too disruptive for the game. The Millfield side looks awfully unchanged from last weekend's win over Hamilton. The only change to the side comes in the front row as Sam Lumsden comes in off the bench last weekend, and he's won himself the starting number 1 jersey alongside Freddie Beasley and Sid Moore. It's unchanged into the second row as a real devastating player for Millfield, Ryan Flamghini, is partnered by Alfie Seeley. Both doing brilliantly in the line-out last week to disturb the opposition line-out ball, giving them nothing to work with as Wellington struggled to get a foothold up front in set piece. Into the back row, again unchanged, it's Dylan Parry Cooper at 6, Hamish Hendry at 7, and the skipper of Bath Rugby, Alex Yeebsley. I wonder how many runs he'll be getting off the back of the scrums this weekend. We saw him ranging into midfield off the back of those scrums, almost a free rein to run into the fly-off and sometimes even the inside centre channel. Really getting Millfield on the front foot on a lot of occasions with a follow me fellas attitude as a skipper. Into the back line, unchanged half-back pairing. Oakley Neville is alongside Sam Giel. Sam Giel, again, another stellar performance from him last weekend to steer Millfield in some very turbulent conditions. A game where you were essentially not really wanting the ball, with that's how windy it was. And he just managed to pick the corners, apply the pressure, and convert those into points on the scoreboard for Millfield, and will be hoping to do the same today. Helping him out with that process in midfield with Freddie Lomas and Will Johnson. And then finishing off, the hat-trick hero on the left wing, Alfie Cheek, scoring the winning try alongside 2 others to seal victory over Wellington last weekend. Is partnered by Harry Paul and Archie Lowe, who ran the ball back brilliantly last weekend. Some real dangerous players across the starting 15 for Millfield, and honestly, it doesn't stop there. The bench is loaded. We've got Lewis Ricks, Magnus Watson, Matthew Palmer, who was starting last weekend, Charlie Hayes, Caden Hughes, Sam Wills, Clifton Jenkins, and Fred Stubbings. Fully loaded bench. This one has everything on the line for these 2 teams. Millfield looking to capitalise on last weekend's win over Wellington, and Clifton looking for the chance to bite back after their opening round defeat to Sedbergh, who were playing some brilliant rugby and kept Clifton out of it after Clifton had a fair few injuries early into that first half against Sedbergh, which really set them back, and it was a long road back in that game which they were unable to climb, as they had to take the long road all the way back down to Bristol after getting a fair few points put on them by Sedbergh. Always a tough place to go and play, not only for the travel but for the sake of some really disciplined rugby from them. Just a reminder, the lads on the field today are not only playing for the school's championship trophy, but also the opportunity to fly out to Abu Dhabi to represent the school's championship Invitational 15 in the World's Schools Festival. So a lot to play for, a lot on the line for these lads out there. If you are listening along or watching along today, thank you for joining us. Appreciate there's plenty of rugby going on at this time slot, so hopefully we can bring you a good enough a game. If you do have any shout outs for any players you might have playing in this one or on the sidelines, then please just drop me a message on Instagram. It's rugby with OJ, all one word, and I'll be sure to read out some of those shout outs as we get through the game.
Yeah, it was good, thank you. Yeah, we actually did go.
Oh wait, there is actually one. Exactly. Well, we've got missing one. There's a whole new leg.
As we are awaiting a slightly delayed kickoff, I had a couple shout outs come in. The first one from Dom Watts, shouting out Joe Chambers, the number 1 for Clifton today. I used to play with him at Malmesbury School, I believe, in Somerset. So big old shout out to you, Dom Watts, and for your buddy. Hopefully goes well out there today. Second on the list comes in from Mr. T, Paul Thomas, who tells me there used to be a pupil at Millfield in the early 70s and taught at Clifton for 5 years in the early 90s. So torn allegiances for him today. I'm sure we'll be happy to see it go either way, though. Thirdly, finally, we've got Arthur Bailey, who wants to shout out Ryan in the second row. Ryan Flamingi. Absolutely practicing pronouncing his name ahead of this one. He's excited for him because he's got under 18s Italy tryouts in October. How exciting. He's a Bath Academy lad. We saw him tearing up trees last weekend, picking pockets of opposition forwards, taking the ball with him and igniting counter-attacks that saw Millfield cross the whitewash in a very, very last-minute comeback against the Wellington lads at home last weekend, and he is one to watch today in the second row. We saw the defensive line-out drill from both the Millfield second rows, getting up in the air and disrupting the Wellington continuity. They couldn't find anything from set piece, thanks to the likes of Flamingi, alongside Alfie Seeley, both of them doing a superb job. If you do have any more shout outs, don't hesitate. We've got a bit of time here to kill before kickoff. You can drop me a message at rugbywithoj on Instagram, all one word, and I'll be sure to read them out. Otherwise, we'll leave you this lovely, picturesque view here of Clifton College. What a ground to play at. What a memorable moment for these lads coming up today. We can see the referee giving the toss between the two skippers. So it makes you start to think that kickoff is imminent.
You should have seen it. You should have seen it. him. He would be looking around. There's only one phase, sir. There's no one coming here. Ready. Thank you, too. Terrible. And then one day he turned up, went to respects and he was like, oh fuck. How'd it go, James? Good, sir. Good. Yes. Just collect as a unit, guys, and then we can go to the contact with that whole pressure. He can actually move it himself. Well, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Yeah. Yes, Max. Yeah. Midnight. So we cut our game short for no reason. Boys, action 10 if you've got offload to run. Action 10. Yes, but I'll figure out what would have happened. Think about it. Yeah, then we can go together. Aaron, I need Jack's scrum cap for Alex. Jack's scrum cap.
I think Jack's.
No, I've seen him. He's there. He's there in the far behind the post. The corner flag. If you can just get his scrum cap and take it to Alex. Have a good weekend. Are you headed back to the street? Coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'm not on duty this weekend, so I'm eating into my personal time for a change. It's gonna challenge my wife.
Jack's there, next to Oliver.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Apologies for the delayed kickoff today. We're expecting a 3 o'clock, then a 3:15, and now a 4 o'clock kickoff. As you can hear the bells ringing out, Millfield preparing themselves on the field to take the challenge to Clifton off the back of a brilliant last-minute win against Wellington last weekend at home. They now travel on the road here to Clifton, as you can see them running out in their white and light blue jerseys. They had a tougher start for this year's school championship. Highlights from Glenn Gamble, as you see in the last to join the field. It was all that you really could speak about in the game against Sedbergh, back at Sedbergh. But back on home soil, they'll be looking to prove a point here after Sedbergh dismantled them. They also were physically dismantled on the pitch in the first half of that game, as they had a good 3 or 4 injuries to some key players. Hoping they'll keep a few more on the field this time. My name is Ollie Johnson. I'll be calling this one for you as we see Clifton ready to kick off from right to left. This should be a very, very exciting game. The school championship has been building through the last few weeks and months. This is the 4th round. Clifton get us off underway. And Glenn Gamble claims the ball. First touch of the game. He did it against Sedbergh a couple of weeks ago. He does it straight off this one. And Clifton already have an advantage. Playing with electric speed straight away. Skipper Smith throws the ball out into the wide channel. A fast start. Clifton carrying the ball. Playing up the back. A bit of variety in attack. Kicking behind. Putting some pressure on Harry Paul, who just shepherds the ball into touch. What a start from the kickoff. Right away we see the presence of the Scotland fullback. 3 caps he's got for the under-18 side. Glenn Gamble. He's the one to watch from the Clifton side today, as he lines this one up for touch and sticks it right on the 5. What a start for Clifton.
Here we go, front up, Evo, let's go.
Looking to the set piece early here, going to the middle, and they are quick to set and quick to get on the move, but it's going a little bit laterally to begin with here. Ballabone calls in the troops. And they peel off down the front. Have they found their way over? No, just short. They go again from the base. Can't quite find a way over. They play one out. And it's valiant defence from Millfield, but another space can't be filled. And Clifton's fast start wins them 5 points on the board. Millfield not even a chance to catch their breath from that kickoff. And Clifton, inside the first 2 minutes of the game, already find themselves with 5 points on the board. The forwards showing good variety around the ruck in the red zone there. You can typically see teams just picking and going monotonously and predictably. And Millfield were fronting up to the task, but it was that little bit of ingenuity to play an extra pass that just catches that 3rd and 4th defender off. You do that twice, you start to reach the backs, and they're not used to defending those spaces, and over crashed Clifton. And Glamel slots this one confidently straight down the middle. It was his kick to touch that set up the field position for that catch and drive. Straight from his kickoff. 3 involvements from him. Good start for Clifton. The ideal start for Clifton. And honestly, it doesn't get much better than that. So Millfield's first touch of the ball. It's going to be a restart from Giel, the man steering the ship for them in their win last weekend in windy conditions. Played the field position brilliantly. Millfield was starved of possession in that game, but they found a way to win it in the last passage of play. It was an unbelievable result against Wellington. But Clifton here with a point to prove after a tough defeat to the hands of Sedba. Valabona from the base puts this one up in the air. And it's a great chase from Gamble, who just cleaned out the Millfield player on the way through there. Not in a realistic position to receive the kick. Weren't just quite there in time. Now it's Millfield's turn. First real attacking position of the game. Opted for the corner. Their defensive lineup was superb last weekend. They lost a couple of their own ball. Let's see how they go here. Going to the skipper at the back. Playing off the top straight away into midfield. Plenty of shape, a lot of movement. But of course, it is one of their big danger men. On the ball early doors, big carry from Gamble. Good territory for Millfield here. Let's see if they can be as ruthless as Clifton. It's the 12 who decides to square up. Freddie Lomas just putting his head down. He's got a knee to ground, so it is still Millfield's possession. Playing through the fly half, Giel. Tips to the outside, good carry from the forwards, exploiting that short side. Gets the ball away, but brings too much pressure to the outside channel. Just forcing things a little bit there. Didn't quite have the punch they needed to start to play. It's difficult when you don't have momentum, especially going down a short side like that. It's often a place where you can find it if you have numbers up, but if it's matched between the defense and the attack, often you're just passing pressure to the next man, either in the tackle area or at the breakdown. On that occasion, you didn't even get that far. So a tough start for Millfield, but they'll be happy to be down this end of the field. Valabona to put this one in. He was instrumental in exiting for Clifton against Sedba. One of the things that went right for them away from home. First set piece of the day here. A lot of academy representation for both sides. It's a bit of a Bristol versus Bath theme to this one, as they play straight off the bat, no messing around. It's a brilliant tackle there from the half-back pairing of Millfield, going to the reliable boot of Gamble, who puts this one thundering down the field. My goodness, it's still going all the way from try line to 22, as Millfield look to run this one out. No idea of kicking the ball, and they're running it back with a vengeance all the way back up to the 40. They've done well to get out of their own 22, but it's held up. Oh, fights his way to the ground. Long pass into the wide channel, ball away. Millfield have done well to get up to the 50 here. Slow ruck speed though at the moment, making life a little bit difficult for them as the defence gets time to set. They play at the back, Giel. Lomas breaks the outside, throws an offload. It's held just by the fullback. Starting to look dangerous here on Millfield. Oh, curse of the commentator. Flamingi on that occasion, running a short line, just getting the timing a little bit wrong. Putting too much pressure on the catch, right on the advantage line. Can't quite hold it. They'll be frustrated with that, but better attack there from Millfield after a brilliant exit from Gamble. I cannot believe the distance he got on that kick. Doesn't look like an overly windy day, but a much better attacking position here for Clifton. But Millfield put up a valiant fight at the scrum, just managing to keep the ball. Oh, Clifton playing a loop around 13, all the way into the wide channel. A bit of space on the far side here. Throwing a loose offload rather than going into touch. And the ball is back in the hands of Millfield. Possession changing hands a lot early doors here. as Neville organises his forwards around the base and puts this one up in the air for Gamble to deal with. Good chase. Oh! Cleaned out in the air. A clear attempt to make the catch, but in a realistic position to claim the ball. That is what will be up for debate. It's all well and good saying I was trying to get the ball, sir, but if you're not in a realistic position to make the catch, that's where the yellow card starts to creep into the conversation. And it is the yellow card for number 13, Will Johnson. Similar to Gamble just a fair few minutes ago in this one, where he got close enough, and that's where you have to make a decision as a chaser. Am I close enough to get up in the air and make a realistic competition of this, considering the welfare of the competing player? Or do I need to stay on the ground and just accept that I'm not going to make it, I can't contest there, and instead contest when the player hits the ground? It's a decision that you have to make in a split second. On a couple of occasions there, 2 penalties going either ways for both Clifton and Millfield. On that occasion, resulting in a yellow card as Gamble fell to the ground quite brutally, but he seems to be back on his feet now, strolling around. So Millfield, if they weren't already under the pump, they really are now down a man. Down 7 points on the scoreboard. We just saw how lethal Clifton can be in those wider channels, moving the ball early there from the set piece. And that channel is now going to be vacant for Millfield as Johnson is off the field. Let's see if they can exploit it. They're 1 from 1 in the red zone off the back of Gamble's boot. Let's see where he puts in this time. Such a smooth strike. All right. Line out to Clifton. 1 from 1 from the set piece. And they go again here. Throw to the back. Brilliant take off the top, and they go straight to the set piece. Sullivan claiming that one on the back there, and the hookers found is all the way around. Smith, Mill. And they're rumbling forwards. Tackle made as Clifton peeled off loosely there, just losing a bit of composure. Oh, Flangini has a go. Pickpockets again. This guy gets so many turnovers. How fast that maul was moving for Clifton proved to be its own demise as they detached and tackle was made, and Flangini came away with the ball. And it's a familiar picture here as Millfield are looking to exit. Stripped in the tackle, but the tackle's made first. Must release, cannot play the ball, and it's a penalty to Millfield, an easy exit for them. Off the back of what was a promising opportunity for Clifton. So they come away and they'll be happy with that with Millfield. And a great kick from Gill. Also a cricketer. Represented last year's Mayor's cricket team, first 11. Straight to the captain off the top and to that man Gill, who plays to Flangini. An opportunity to play for Italy coming up in the Six Nations. Oh, switchback play. Oh, just stuck a hand out. Multi-phase strike move there from Millfield. That's something they'll be practicing on the training paddock, but the difficulty of running an overs line, thinking the ball's coming your way. But unfortunately, just goes behind you, you stick your hand out and knock on. It's tough for Millfield. They can't quite get a foothold in this one early on. Off After that first score in the first minute for Clifton, it's been quiet. A bit of end-to-end stuff. Both teams with an opportunity. Now it's Clifton's turn again from set piece. Remember, Millfield's still down a player in that 13 channel. And they look to throw wide, early pass into space, and it's the danger man, Gamble, who opens up and just says, I'll do it myself. Into the corner he goes, exploiting the space left behind by Johnson. He'll be watching that one from the bench, wondering why the space wasn't covered. But when you've got the speed to burn on the outside, sometimes all it takes is one simple pass to exploit the space. And Glenn Gamble says, give me the ball, I'll do it myself, and finds his way into the corner. Now with a chance to convert his own in front of the crowd. Didn't do himself any favours with where he dotted that one down, but I'm sure he will relish in the challenge of a sideline conversion. Just leave this one out to the side, but I'll be happy with the score. And it's as simple as that for Clifton as they take a 12-point lead here. One thing you can't do, though, is rule Millfield out of any of these. We saw it last week when they came back from a good 20-odd points down. So it's still game on here as they restart kicking towards that picturesque score. And it's the second row getting up for that one. Elliott getting his hands on the ball there. Valabona goes all the way back to this tremendously long caterpillar ruck. Gets the ball away. Great kick off the park. Time to reset for Clifton. That is the exit that the coaches on the sideline will be asking for. Straight to script. To the captain again, and they're off the top into midfield. Similar phases of play here. Similar shape. Let's see what they do with it this time. Play the ball at the back to Lomas, who gets shut down from out to in by the Clifton winger, but can't quite finish the tackle, so he slips forward a bit further. Bit of momentum here for Millfield as they carry through the forwards. Gilster very flat to the line here. Unengaged the Clifton defence, but they've got to get the ball at the breakdown first. There he is. Playing through to the forwards, a tip at the line, finds a bit of space as the tackle off the ball wins them an advantage to the skipper, who's trundling down the sideline. Oof. Big shot in midfield from Clifton, and the referee says that's enough of that. We'll come back for the penalty, tackle off the ball. That's the danger when you throw variety in the opposition's face. They have to pick a defender, and the defender has to pick an attacker. And often it's difficult on the line to pick the right one, and sometimes when you're that close to the line and they're that threatening of a runner, you just have to pick someone and try and lay a shot on. If they don't get the ball, then that's the risk you run. And speaking of risks, Clifton under the pump for the first time in this game, as Millfield try and give them a taste of their own medicine at set piece time. Mangini joins the back of this one. No urgency from all the players to fly themselves in there. Trying to keep their shape, and they're doing well. Edging ever closer towards the line. Looked like they detached at the back there, but referee is letting them carry on through the middle. The knee is down, but it's from a maul. Held up is the call. Goal line dropout. Inches away there with Millfield. Really giving Clifton a taste of their own medicine up front, as Johnson has now rejoined the field. Only the 5 points given up in his absence. I'm sure everyone in the red, green, blue and white will be happy to see him back, and it's straight down his throat to set this one off. Full of energy. Gives the pass to the fullback. We know how well Archie Lowe can run the ball back. A lot of numbers, but all very flat on this short side for Millfield. And the ball's stripped off the captain sloppily. It's a knock-on advantage to Clifton as they look to move the ball around already here. Long pass through midfield. It's Valabone who gets shut down, but it's the danger man. Gill goes straight through the middle. He's opened up his stride and just dragged down by Gill, just getting back there, but they're on top still. Tried to put the ball into space, but just asked a little bit too much of the outside backs. But danger again from Gamel. We said it before the game, he was man of the match in the loss to Sedba. Shows how well he played. To the skipper again, playing off the top. Gill just loses possession, and Lomas says that's enough of that. But only down the throat of Gamel as he tries to pin a 50-22 in there. Similar thought there from Lowe at the fullback, who sends it back down the other end. Oh, just kept in by the Clifton fullback. Oh, no, it's the winger who sends it back the other way. Off the park, time to reset. Put it in row Z. Give a forward a chance to catch their breath and set a platform to defend this one. The safety of the sideline gives you a predictable picture to defend. And so far, they've been containing that Millfield attack and now disrupting their ball at source. A chance for a bit of turnover, counter-attack rugby here. They're into midfield. Long pass out the back door, brilliant shape. Gamble gets the ball away. And it's a first touch on the left-hand side. 4 Miles Pierce Lynch. Oh, lost though. Back and forth stuff as Johnson comes away with it. Out the back door to his prop, Joe Chambers. A lot of front door action here from Millfield, testing Clifton up front to make their tackles. McGeaney gets the ball away to Johnson, who throws a loose pass, but it's in the hands of the big second rower, Alfie Seeley, but he's wrapped up by Gamel well. First defensive question to be asked of the fullback, and he answers them, but he looks a bit sluggish getting back to his position. Bit of space in the backfield there. Out the back to Lomas, through the hands to Johnson, who puts the palm on again. He loves that right-hand fend. But so far, it's been well contained by Clifton. Good carry, good work on the floor from the skipper, setting the standard there. Not too much variety to the Millfield attack right now. Getting called a little bit flat, making the decision slightly easier for Clifton, although they've strayed offside. A lazy penalty to give away, and it's advantage to Millfield as Harry Paul carries that one in. Gills has a go across. Field almost picked off by Alfie Cheek. We know how dangerous he can be, scoring 3 tries, including the winner last weekend against Wellington. But it's a lazy penalty, a coach killer, offside. Kane Clifton, they were doing so well to contain the Millfield attack. All they had to do was keep going, but go a little bit too far is what they did at the breakdown and caught offside. But Gill puts this one dead. That is an opportunity to double down the pressure on Clifton at a pivotal moment to get yourself back into the game. We're about 10 minutes off half time here, and that's look all what you want to see. You can see number 7 of Millfield firing up his boys. Hamish Hendry getting around the fellas. They need a spark here. They need something because they just let the pressure valve off Clifton. That was an opportunity there to really get a foothold in this one, but Gill puts the ball dead, and it's now Clifton back on the attack. I wonder what they'll do with this one. We've seen them going forward in the scrum. We've also seen them going back, so we're just going to get this one out straight away. We know how dangerous their outside backs are. Ball in by Valabona. And out again, all the way into the 13 channel. Out the back again to the 12. Who again finds the hands of the right winger Calder. Familiar shape. Oh, but a brilliant carry. Getting on the front foot goes the number 7, Theo Porrell, in for the skipper, Smith, who was out injured after the Sedbergh game. And playing on top with real speed. A brilliant line by 13. Throws a loose pass. A promise of a player in the outside channel, but no patience. And nor any patience shown by Neville from scrum half, who has to go for Millfield. And Gill just says, I don't want to play down this end. Is that a 50-22? He doesn't need the penalty. He'll just take the kick anyway. 50-22 from Gill, atoning for his error, finding himself back where he probably would have been from the previous penalty. What a kick. Millfield, chance here to find a way back into this one. We've seen them do it before. I don't doubt we can see them doing it again. Clifton poised to disturb their ball, but it goes to the skipper every time. The rangy number 8 is the Millfield skipper. Also represents Bath, Alex Yeasley. Disruptive have been the Clifton forwards of that more, but the ball comes back out to Millfield. Intricate move. Lomas tries to take on his opposite man, but he's met in the challenge. The skipper, Yeasley, has a go himself. Zanghini clears that one out. Presents the ball on the plate for Millfield, who have another advantage. Oh, we love Neville has a snipe himself. He loves to have a little go around the breakdown on that occasion. To no avail. As Johnson just got shotted in the back there at that breakdown. Accumulation of a fair few penalties here, not just all across the park, but specifically in the red zone. Time off from the referee. Not to have a word with the Clifton skipper just yet, but because Johnson got absolutely walloped in the back, blindsided in that breakdown. Bit of the dark arts from Clifton, but that's rugby. He won't be finding himself in there anytime soon again, I'm sure. Referee has had a word with the Clifton captain. We've got 10 to go in this first half. Plenty to play for here in Clifton. No mistake this time from Gill. He punches it into the corner. And we've seen how close Millfield have already been in this game. Inches short, held up not too long ago. Let's see if they can not only get the ball over the line, but get it down on the line on this occasion. You can see there the bench of Millfield staying warm. They're going to be mightily important in this one as they peel off the front. Almost finding the way over. Scragged. I don't know how on earth he's got that ball down. It was a superb effort from the Clifton defenders to pivot him around and spin him like a plate on a pin. But he just stays in the fight and just manages to get it down. I believe it's Dylan Parry Cooper Number 6 for Millfield just finds a way to get the ball down. That's all you've got to do at that point. You've done the hard work, getting it over the line. You've gone the full length of the field, but sometimes those last inches are the hardest. But he finds a way, and Giel has a chance to bring them back within a converted score. Ball's fallen off the tee. Did he start his approach? Apparently so. Oh, technical difficulties for Giel from the tee. He struggled last week in windy conditions, landing the important kick at the end of the game. But Glenn Gamble again disrupts. It's those players that stand out just by sometimes concentrating. It's as simple as that. And he was well aware of what was going on there. And they use him again off that restart. He's straight in on the ball there. Oh, he gets the shoulders of the back. Good carry from the try scorer. You're going cross field. Not too much yardage on it, and it's out on the fall. Not the smartest tactical decision, and nor the execution. The difficulty of having a ruck on one side of the field and kicking across the other is that you spend so much of the available distance from your kick in travelling across the field that you can never actually get far enough down it. As you can see there, you could only make it up to the 10, but put too much on it, they went out on the full. So we're back now for another Clifton line out. Great drill to go all the way to the back, but it's sacked by Millfield, disrupting it at source. And now it's a Clifton backs turn. And turn they do, because we're going to get back behind this one as a good shot comes in from Millfield. Good defence. Mangini's over this one. We know how dangerous he can be around the ruck, pickpocketing. Oh, really going out the breakdown are Millfield. They're not having the numbers on feet as the hands are through. Just lifting the ball to the bulldozing number 12. It's Harry Giles who takes them all the way up to the 5. Oh, what a shot! Absolutely melted by the Millfield defence, and it's their turn to turn around and have a go themselves on the counter-attack. What a passage of play for Millfield. Playing at the back. Really testing Clifton here mentally as they try and hold up. The ball carrier to no avail. No maul called by the referee, much to the disappointment of the sidelines. As you can hear the crowd getting into this one. Ball unavailable. Oh no, he did say it was a maul. What a shot we just saw there. Jeez Louise. It's going to take a while to get back to his feet, that's for sure. Referee calls time off for an injury, I believe. Can't see who it's to, but I would not be surprised if it was the Clifton ball carrier. Early substitution here for Millfield. We see number 22 entering the picture. It's Gethin Jenkins. No, not the prop that played over 100 caps for Wales. He's a young lad playing in Somerset. An early forced substitution for Clifton. And an injured player has to leave the field. Not entirely sure if it was that ball carrier, but I wouldn't be surprised because that was an almighty shot. Bit of stop and start here as the waters are dragged off. But another opportunity for Clifton. As Jack Baker now packs down at 8. Gloucestershire cricket player. Let's see how handy he is from the base of this one. He's not the biggest number 8, but it's a free kick. And Valabona says, let's go. Follow me, lads. Plays a brilliant offload, but just not quite to hand. Gone backwards though, so he picks it up. Oh, pinballing on the floor. Oof, sloppy stuff here. Someone needs to tidy it up. And it's the fullback, of course. Lowe loves running it back. Good carry. Still inside the 22 though. And as Neville looks to organise the forwards. Set up his caterpillar. Not long left in this one, about 3 minutes to go on the rolling clock. Oh, Neville takes the short rope into touch. Don't know if that was charged. No charge, Clifton ball. Another set-piece opportunity. They've had so many more than Millfield in this game. Given away a load of penalties, but it hasn't been too damaging for them as they've had a lot of set-piece to practice and they just picked that one off the back. Long pass into midfield. Brilliant read from Lomas, who makes a shot and leaves both of them a little worse for wears. Meaning there's a bit more space as Valabona goes down the short side, gives it to Gamble. The danger man slips the pass to the outside, gets another touch on it, runs into midfield. He's a tough man to put down, but they didn't even get to put him down. As the hat-trick hero from last week breaks away, throws a pass to the outside channel, looked a bit forward to me. But it's the big, rangy number 8 who puts on the afterburners up the outside. He's gone from coast to coast to score under the post. It's the skipper, Yeebsley. From out of nowhere, we see Alfie Cheek strip the ball from Clifton's fullback and takes off, giving it to the outside. Question of a forward pass, but Mr. Sir says let the boys play, and I'm so glad he did because we get to see the ranging runner. Alex Yeasley, the skipper, the captain of Bath under-18s, charge down the sideline. We know how dangerous he can be off the base of scrums, but that's purely on the basis of acceleration. He had to show a bit of toe there to get away from the defender, but he just maintained that speed, put the fend on, and skirted his way down the sideline, tiptoeing, and Millfield find their way back into this one. I warned you, don't write them off. They came back from way more points down last weekend, and it's the replacement, number 22, Gethin Jenkins. He's looking to add the extras to this one. Taps it over, and we're all square. Clifton, on that occasion, caught napping similarly to how Millfield were in the first passage of play. Another body looks a little sore for Clifton, being forced to go off. As they fly off, Lewis Popple. It's a bit of a quiet game so far today. Looks to restart this one again. He's put some steepling restarts up, that's for sure. Frank Eady eats that one up and says, get off the bus to Gamble, who comes back with a second bite at it. Showing a bit of pride there, the fullback, to make that tackle. Doesn't mind mixing it in the contact area as Neville looks to put this one to the space that you usually find Gamble in, but it's short. And a mess. Both teams appealing for that one. Your guess is as good as mine. It's a line out to Millfield. We are into overtime on our rolling clock, but of course a couple of stoppages for injuries, so we might have a few minutes left here. Straight off the top yet again. This time looking to play the ball a little bit wider. Lomas puts his head down and the palm up, as he always. Playing back into midfield. New fly half, bringing a different sort of style that we've seen from Giel. Has a little bit more depth, a bit more time on the ball. Oh, two hands going for the same ball there, and it forces a knock on. The one thing I'm noticing from Millfield is they're not quite stretching Clifton. If you've noticed the passage of play that we've seen over the course of this game, rarely have they reached the extremities of the field. I'm talking about the 5-meter channel on each side of the pitch. And if a defence, even unconsciously, knows that they don't have to worry about those wider channels, they can just start to stick more players in the midfield, which makes the life of Millfield even more difficult as we see them zigzagging a little bit there. We've got to see them stretch and test the edges of Clifton, as we see them do so dangerously. They've run that same move 3 times now and find their way all the way into the wide channel, but this time knocking the ball on in the process. You see there Clifton throwing a long skip pass to the outside centre. Gamble coming short, and then the inside centre looping around. Both moving the ball to space well and creating numbers in the process by that looping player. As the half-time whistle rings out, we're all square after a very fast start from Clifton. It's 12-all here in Clifton as Millfield fought back. 12 unanswered points from both teams. The yellow card to Millfield in the process. This game's had everything so far. And I'm looking forward to the second half. We'll catch you after the break. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the break. Grab yourself a little refreshment because this one is going to be thirsty work in this second half for both these teams and for all the spectators here in Clifton. We've got a game on our hands. It's all square. It's as we started. 12 points apiece as this time Millfield kick off from right to left. You can hear the crowd starting to get more involved in this one, eking themselves forward from the sidelines. And it's Clifton with the first shot of the game in this second half. Zangini has a go. He's looking at the 9. Bit of perceived pressure. Valabona sticks this one up in the air. And Cheek just manages to maintain possession. Let's see if Millfield can start the same speed that Clifton did. Almost ball stolen. He is ruthless at the breakdown. He just rips into it. Lomas loves carrying the ball off that right foot step. Neville's having a little skirt himself, but throws a loose pass. It's Harry Paul has to sweep up, and he does really well. Meets a big tackle from the replacement second row. Who's come on? It's Maxton Holland on Osprey's under 16s player. And you can see the size on the big fella. And on this block as well. Some big machines out there, a bit of heavy machinery coming off the bench for both sides. Gamble lets this one bounce and takes it at the second chance. Just gives the Millfield player a little bit too much time to get up this one, but Cheek's down the sideline. Gamble meets him, misses the tackle. Cheek's still going. But Clifton just get back in time. Chaotic start to this second half. Gamble just a little bit too nonchalant on that occasion. Getting charged down, and when a charge down occurs, everyone's play on. Everyone's onside. That's why I see everyone just diving on the ball, having a crack at it, and Cheek almost finds his way down the sideline. Alfie Cheek scoring a hat-trick last weekend against Wellington in their win. Can't quite see what we're waiting for here. Hopefully not another injury. We've had our fair share in this one. Well, if you weren't already aware, I'll give you a quick reminder that the teams you're watching today, the players involved in this game, aren't only competing for the school's championship, but also for a place to play in the invitational side, heading over to Abu Dhabi for the World's Schools Festival in December. Massive opportunity to not only experience some incredible rugby, but have more eyes on you on an international stage. Schools from all over the world, from South Africa, Fiji, New Zealand, all will be there. The crowd trying to bring this one to life. You can hear them trying to rally the troops. Thrown to the middle, an athletic leap from Neesby. Almost disrupts it by himself. Good chop tackle from the Millfield forwards. Bulldozing run from the replacement. Carey's really coming in hard and heavy here from Clifton. They're finding their way to an edge. Long cut-out pass to the outside. In space. First touch on the ball in this second half for the left winger. But runs out of room, does Miles. Pearce Lynch down that left-hand side. He has been involved in the Bears and Scotland Exiles programmes. Not showing his experience there as he just ran out of room. Players dropping like flies here. The Clifton hooker looks like he's pulling up and struggling here. With the stoppage, just a reminder, our clock is also rolling throughout this, so this time, although the referee's called his time off, is still ticking. Ted Smith, Milner decides to continue on in this one. Just put in a thumping carry. He must have felt something come up in that carry. All the way to the back go Millfield again to their skipper. Trying a little bit of variety here, chipping in behind, nothing to lose, and storming onto the ball. Comes the fullback Lowe, who's got the toe to get to the outside and score in the corner. For Millfield, out of nowhere, a chance to nothing. They chip over the top. And most likely expecting a deeper kick. Clifton left that space where you typically find the scrum half, sweeping that up, but storming onto the ball came Lowe. And once he had it in his hands, he had eyes for only one thing, and that was the try line. And Millfield come back from 12 points to 0 down. They've taken the lead, 17-12, with a kick to come. Brilliant work from Gethin Jenkins. A little dab over the top. Don't underestimate the difficulty of that kick. To look like you're taking the ball to the line so that the defence continues to charge forwards, opening up that space in behind them even further. But then to definitely just drop it onto the toe. And speaking of toe, Burners on the outside from Lowe. Coming out the extras. It's a great strike. And he does exactly that. Millfield now 2-score lead over Clifton. Unexpected from Clifton. We saw them start fast against Sedbergh, scoring first a couple of weeks ago. They've done the same here, and they've ended up with almost the same fate. Not quite the same score line, but behind in the second half. Oh, Valangini just loses it, but it's picked up by Millfield. As we now see Matt Palmer on the field, the big mulleted man. Dangerous man to carry. Some big units out there from both sides today. Do you think these lads are only under 18s? Neville puts this one a bit high. Not the distance he'd be looking for. No competition from Millfield. So Clifton unopposed with an opportunity here. Their first real chance of this second half. And it's a knock on again. Sloppily getting rid of this ball. Sheik has a good carry. Does well, but isolates himself slightly. Clifton going hard at the breakdown. Not quite the shape they'd want at the back of that one, but Jenkins now looking to release his players. Pulls it out the back. Lomas throws a chip-through ball, essentially, into the space. Hits him with the LBY. And that one just floats out into touch. A couple of unforced errors here, ticking up for both teams. Not like the conditions are too adverse here either today. Just forcing things a little bit. Clifton's chance again. We've seen them have numerous set piece in this game, haven't quite capitalised on any other than that opening one. But their drill's been pretty good as they go to the back. Bit of intricate shape, but it's picked off! You could read that one from a mile out, and Johnson atones for his yellow card in the first half and dots it under the post for Millfield. Too many passes being thrown by Clifton, allowing Millfield to keep on creeping forward. And an out to in read from Johnson, sticks one hand out to it, plucks it out of the air, picks it off and puts it down under the sticks for Millfield. 24 unanswered points, most likely soon to be 26 from Clifton, who had a foothold in this game and they've just lost their grip and had it slip out of their hands. As Jenkins has been a difference maker in this. It's his inside push and defence that allows Johnson to make such a decision there, but you can just see Clifton throwing the ball around a little bit too much. We saw him in the first half just throw a cutout pass and saw Gamble go straight through the middle. But on this occasion, too many of those passes. As I believe Gamble's gone off. I can't see him out there. Major loss if that's the case. Brilliant tactic from Neville. Clifton decide to do their best impression of Lowe and try and run it out of his own half, but he's stoked up by Lomas. He's got to roll away here. Ball available. Clifton refine their shape and play into midfield. Chaos at the breakdown. Millfield applying the good old-fashioned counter-ruck, but coming off their feet in the process. It's hard when you have that many players barreling forwards to not just trip over the lads on the floor. The hooker's got to go off now for Clifton, so number 7 will throw this one in. Theo Porrell doesn't quite hit his target, and Millfield now have a bit of wind in their sails. The two midfielders looking very dangerous, Lomas and Johnson. Good carry again from Fangini. Gets Millfield on the front foot, but slow ball gives Clifton a chance to set, and they get off the line. Brilliant tip on at the line to find Palmer. Now the back to Lomas, who goes again, head down. His kick pass run ratio would be heavily favouring the run variety right now, but he's gotten forward, so you can't blame him for that. He has the acceleration to hit the ball with pace. Oh, a bit too much pace. Was it frustrated? Silly. As Clifton aren't tackled in that one, so get back to their feet and go again. See Giel back on the field now. I think he's filling in at fullback for Millfield. Versatile player. Oh, the pocket's flushed. Just finds a way out. Does the Clifton fly off? Taken in the air, looked a little bit there was Johnson. This game's starting to get a bit scrappy. Millfield just want to take control here. And it's the skipper again, finding himself on the ball, finding himself moving forwards. Always makes meters. That's Beasley. Good carry. Ball available. Played away with speed. A lot of layers in their attack here, but Clifton keep moving forwards. And Lomas goes again himself. This time finds a good offload to the outside though. penalty. Clifton has the difficulty of throwing an offload like that is that you're typically in a disadvantageous position to get back to your feet and clear the breakdown out. If you give that pass straight away, you can usually follow it. But not quite the case there for Millfield. And they've lost that battle of the middle zone here. The middle third is so important to get right. They've found touch. And Cheek there's a bit of space on the outside, puts on the afterburners, takes 2 men to bring him down. He is tackled, so that will be a penalty. Referee's having a word with the 2 captains. I think there's a bit of afters creeping into this one, a few handbags being thrown away. Two skippers have a word with their fellow students, fellow teammates. No waters at this occasion. Millfield really needs to take control of this middle third of the pitch now. They don't want to be playing much rugby in this section. One penalty can take them all the way down to the opposite end of the field. Whereas if they can win that middle third, play the ball into the Clifton half, then I'd much rather than be making a mistake down that end than Millfield making a mistake in their own. Brilliant defensive line out again from Millfield. Ball thrown away brilliantly by Neville. Jenkins throws a bullet pass and Lomas again puts his head down. Not held on that occasion, so he gets back to his feet and starts driving his legs all the way over the sideline. Prime example of losing that middle third there. And now Clifton have a chance to strike. Yeah, I've got a long way to come back here. It might be more difficult with Porrell, the number 7, throwing this line out and in. Oh, didn't look like a bad throw, a bit too much pace on it. And the jumper didn't get up fast enough for it. But Clifton hold on to the ball just about as they're enveloped by Millfield defenders. Yeah, just crept offside. Looked like the ball came out. I can understand the frustration there from a Millfieldian point of view. But Clifton's turn to attack. Oh, just kick the ball away. Still holding on to it. We know their outside backs can be dangerous. And to the outside they go. It's the left winger finding himself on the right, Pierce Lynch. Oh, big carry from the replacement, Maxon Holland. Going through the phase that seemingly they can string together here. No, ended by the referee. Offside on that occasion. Must have been another offside penalty because the mark was way back on the other side. And another example there again of losing the middle third. You don't want to be the one to make an error in that middle section of the field because it can be punished. And it has been on this occasion, with Clifton now finding themselves almost within the Millfield 22. But their lineup has been misfunctioning. Good drill on that occasion to beat the 2 defensive jumping pods of Millfield. That is brilliant work from the 7-turn hooker. Ball just comes back on the Clifton side. Oh, lethargic attempt, a lapse of concentration. We mentioned it in the first half with Gamble's charge down from the conversion. Sometimes the difference between a good and a great player isn't necessarily ability. It is just concentration. giving yourself as many opportunities to exert your full ability. It's all well and good being a good player, but can you stay in a game for the full 80 minutes? And fatigue clearly starting to set in a little bit there for Joe Chambers. You won't be the only one that's ever happened to, but I'm sure he'll be just as frustrated as everyone else. A few replacements here for Millfield. They have a stacked bench. Sam Willis is on at scrum half, but it's the old reliable skipper, Yeebsley, who carries that one away from the base. Haven't seen him do too much of that today. But in fairness, Millfield haven't had many scrums to have to deal with. Ball squirts out. Hands in the ruck. Is the call from Mr. Sir, giving Millfield an exit here. Great kick from Gill. Chance ringing out from Millfield. Oh, brilliant line again from Johnson, but forces the pass again. How's he found space through the middle there? It looked like every door had been closed, but he found his way through a little keyhole, it looked like. But just got a bit overexcited at the opportunity of scoring. The try, not himself, but the teammates. And just forced the pass, but yet again, I'd rather find myself down this end of the field from a Millfield point of view. Clifton have a long way to go here. About 10-15 minutes left to go in this game on the rolling clock. Scrum goes down. We'll have a reset. You can sense the fatigue starting to set into these lads a little bit. Replacement scrum half for Millfield. Sam Wills firing the troops up. Valabona to put this one in. Penalty. Here's the end of all that. To Clifton. You can hear the crowd really getting into this one. There's no barrier on this sideline, so they are creeping up. The cacophony of noise potentially for the hooker about to throw this one in. Goes all the way over the top and is swept up by the Millfield hooker, Beasley. He's had a quiet game, but he's done well to tidy that up. Clifton turn it over. It's almost picked off again by Freddie Stubbings on this occasion. But it's a penalty. Straight arm goes up and Valabona is off. Moves the ball to the new space. Oh! Oh, shots are flying in left, right and centre here. This game isn't slowing down in the slightest as Clifton is still on the attack with an advantage now too. Hoisted high. And long. Not the right club on that occasion. Missed touch, missed opportunity, pressure relieved from Millfield as Cheek runs it back, but he's held up again. They love the choke tackle to Clifton, but he just finds his way to floor. Ooh, there's a kick stat for Lomas, who finds his winger brilliantly off the left boot. Counter-ruck is good. Wills pumps him down there again. If this rolls out, it is trouble for Clifton, but it just stays in. And honestly, a few more meters are made than first expected, but it's a great win there for Millfield, climbing their way up the pitch, and now with the possession too. Just winning that battle of the middle third. Look at where they are now, back on the ball, back out of trouble. Even if Clifton got a penalty here, they're not going to reach the red zone of Millfield. So they can have a bit of fun with this. Oh, but it's turned over and Wills is just thrown to one side. But again, another unforced error. You can see the frustration exuding from the Clifton lads now. They know they've let this one slip after that first fast start. And it's been unforced errors that have been their killer, not allowing them to get momentum in their attack, but also giving possession back to Millfield on one occasion with lethal effect. An intercept, score under the post. But Millfield, in fairness, have contained Clifton very well. Their defence has been solid. Oh, they try and throw the Clifton move in there, and another unforced error. Clifton don't want to wait around here. Not long left in this. Big push needed here from Clifton to give them a bit of front foot ball. Oh, Millfield almost turned the screw. Referee turns his back to the scrum to put his hand up in the right direction, because it's a penalty, Millfield, and you can hear the crowd absolutely love that one. We heard plenty of chat from the sidelines last week, and it doesn't stop here. The lads getting thoroughly stuck into the opposition. Millfield have secured the winning bonus and the try-scoring bonus here. Currently, Clifton have nothing, and they've got to score 2 tries in 2 minutes to really have any chance of walking away with anything from this. Oh, all the way to the back again from Millfield. Their drill's been excellent today. But the ball is just wrapped up. Been a quiet game for a few of these Millfield forwards, but they're finding their way into it now. Great tip on to Palmer. He's a hard man to bring down. Delivery just stood a bit flat, but finding a bit of space back on the inside. Clifton have to shut that space down on the inside. Sloppy loose passes, but it's gone backwards. You can see all the Millfield players trotting backwards. The difference in this second half, they just found a bit more momentum in their attack, a little bit more go forward in the contact area, which has given them that split second more time to find some more space in the next passage of play. And that they're doing. Oh, off again goes Lomas. Has he picked this one up? He has! What a play from the fly half. Jenkins connecting with Lomas. Almost a telepathic partnership. Lomas just Professor Xing himself into the mind of his teammate at fly half, and Jenkins puts another sumptuous kick in there. Delicate, delightful to watch, and dazzled the Clifton defence as Lomas just swooped in to score that one. Conversion's good, and that might as well just wrap things up for Millfield. A brilliant final score. Tell you what, Jenkins has had a massive influence on this game since coming on at fly half. He's just brought a couple of steps of depth. That's the first thing. And with that comes time, composure, and that's infectious across the team. You see Millfield getting caught a bit flat, putting pressure on themselves to make catches and passes. And in reality, not making many of those catches and passes in the first half. But since he came on at fly half, he's done them the world of good in terms of composure and consistency in their attack. That being said, they are back on defence now, and that's probably what's won them this game. Clifton feeling like they have to force things a little bit here, and that they do, because the clock's in the red, as for our account of things. Well, that chant could have been a lot worse. We've heard some vulgar profanities associated with that one in the past, but Millfield keeping it PG, which we love. Oh, no, look, pass slipped to the outside. That was sumptuous. Slick handling from Clifton with a bit between their teeth here. You can see the troops being rallied by the coaches in the background. Oh, good read from Lomas. He's been strong in defence today. Clear release, but doesn't quite manage to find the ball. Right flat on the line. The Clifton attack is met by the defence. Oh dear. Oh, they're under penalty advantage. Popple doing his best impression of Jenkins there with a different kind of kick. Although he landed the nutmeg, it came to nothing more. Clifton, if they want to get anything out of this game, they've got to get a bit of a move on here. Unless they know it's the full-time whistle looming, then they've got to get going, because they need to get a losing bonus point at least, or a try scorer. Got to go twice more over the whitewash. That's not going to help the clock with that ticking on by. To the front they go, just about win the ball, but don't tip the maul up. And I believe it's a knock on. Yeah, tensions are still rising here. It's Clifton, I wouldn't be surprised, they're incredibly frustrated with today's performance. Starting so well, Gamble really being the spark for them. From the restarts, from running the ball back from fullback, from his kicking, and also the tries he scored in the process. But they haven't quite looked the same team since he's gone off. And no team is reliant on one man, of course. That's the beauty of our game. But sometimes in the machine of a rugby team, you need a spark. And the Flames looked a little bit damp from Clifton in the second half. Millfield to put this one in. Mr. Sir not letting the boys play on that occasion. This one's coming close to a close now. Millfield will want to try and maintain that scoreless attack in the second half of Clifton. They will be mightily disappointed about the way this one finished after how it started. And it's a brilliant scrum. But the ball just comes out and Lomas has to tidy it up. And that he does. Millfield having a go from deep here. Back of themselves, but knocking the ball on. Not why you want to be doing that, but not a lot to lose for them at this stage. Clifton edging ever closer to their last chance to get something from this game. Another reset here. Well, it's not how you want the game to finish, but we've been treated to some brilliant tries in this one. Top of the range stuff. Good scrum from Clifton. It's almost their last chance saloon here. Really well managed contact area there to slow down the Clifton attack. The last thing you want is a slow attack in these sorts of situations. Ball at the back, space found, great line, but the ball is knocked on again. Here we go, stretch from one edge to the other, and Cheek puts on the afterburners and gets to the outside. Well, Clifton do even better to track back and make the tackle, but they're under the pump here again, as Wills just managed to find the ball and get it away. Ooh, a spiral. To find space, you've got to be kidding me. What a nudge. It matters not because it calls time on this one. And Millfield are ecstatic with that one. They hand Clifton their second defeat of the season. The third defeat in a row to the hands of Millfield. Tough showing after such a fast start for Clifton. Such a stacked team. They deserve more than this, but just demonstrates the competitive rivalry within the schools championship this season, no more than others. Final score here, 33 points to the away side Millfield, up against the 12 points of Clifton. Some standout players on that occasion. Johnson in the first half did receive his yellow, but came back and made up for it in the second. Intercept score for him. We mentioned Lomas's name an awful lot in that second half. Carrying well. And on that theme, Yeebsley, the skipper, always puts his hand up for work. Cheek had a few touches too. Was ranging up the sidelines and low. Oh my toe. The bloke can move. But if I'm picking a man of the match, it's Gethin Jenkins. We mentioned it in the game already. He came on and turned the tides. Started to bring a bit of composure through his depth on the ball. And that was infectious across the team for Millfield, and really was the spark that Clifton were looking for the whole game. So congratulations to Millfield. They progress. Another win. This time a little bit more comfortable. But even still, as the pressure rises through the school championship season, these games are only going to get more and more enticing. But I hope you enjoyed. My name is Ollie Johnson. You can find me at OJ, Rugby with OJ on Instagram. If you want to see any shout outs for future games, that's the place to do it. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thanks for watching with us. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Cheerio.
Where are you staying? I always warn I said to actually.
Two thighs, two bums, two nuts.